Hello, my name is Dailon Cothran, and today I'm going to be explaining the difference between biological sex and gender. These two words are often used for many different reasons, but can also mean the same thing, but as in science and everyday life, but they have different ideas. As biological sex is based on physical and biological features such as chromosomes, reproductive organs, that are typically used to label someone as male or female at birth. Gender, however, is shaped by society and culture. It includes roles, expectations, and identity that people associate themselves as being, male or female, or however they identify themselves and express themselves to the world. So some differences, biologically, sex is often determined by chromosomes. People with double X chromosomes usually develop female reproductive structures, while those with XY chromosomes typically develop male and reproductive structures. These chromosomes guide the formation of organs like testes or ovaries and influence hormones such as testosterone and estrogen. Sex also involves secondary sexual characteristics which appear during puberty, things like voice changes, facial hair, and breast development. These traits vary widely among individuals or are shaped by hormone levels. And it's very important to recognize the biological sex is not always strictly male or female. Intersex individuals are born with natural variation in chromosomes, hormones that don't fit typical definitions. That highlights that biological sex includes more diversity than many people realize. And so next, we have gender as a social and cultural concept. And gender is different because it's influenced by cultural norms such as the society, someone's, and personal identity rather than chromosomes and stuff. Every society has ideas about how men and women are supposed to act, dress, and behave, but these ideas change across cultures over time. Gender identity refers to a person's internal sense of who they are. Someone may identify as a male, female, both, or neither, or just however they define themselves as. Their identity doesn't always match the sex they were assigned at birth. Because gender is more flexible and personal, people use terms like transgender, non-binary, and gender fluid as others to describe their experiences. That labels people that helps people communicate with each other how they label themselves and understand each other one-on-one, and it's not always about their biological traits. It's about who they feel they are with themselves. And so to kind of put it together, sex is biological based on chromosomes and reproductive anatomy and physical traits, while gender is social and personal based on identity, expression, and cultural expectation. Sex is usually assigned at birth, but gender is something people may explore and express throughout their lives. Both concepts are important, but they describe different aspects of human identity. Biologically, helps explain bodies develop, while gender helps explain how people experience themselves and interact with society. And so for the conclusion, just closing up and wrapping everything together, understand the difference between sex and gender matter because it helps us communicate clearly and respect people's identities. Biology, it gives us biology. Biology gives us insight into physical development, while gender studies help us understand the social and cultural side of identity. Recognizing both perspectives allows us to better appreciate human diversity and support people in expressing who they are. And so, and just kind of just add more into it and just wrapping everything up. Biology, biological expressions and stuff, they're just, of how you're born and dealing with chromosomes, exactly how you are you supposed to be identified. While in gender, a person, whoever's seeing this video, they can be one gender, but they feel like they're another gender, which is nothing wrong. That's just how they express themselves. And so those are pretty much the differences between the two.